Good day everyone, my name is Matthew and I play under the name Chess Masterclass. Today I'm going to show you one of the cool opening I play versus the Caro-Kann. It's called the Bronstein variation, and this video is going to be in two segments. First I'm going to show you a couple line and the ID behind this opening, and after that I'm going to show you some live stream that I play this opening just to show you how powerful this opening can be. So the opening start with e4, e4, d5, e4, c6, d4, d5, e5, and bishop to f5. So the Bronstein variation starting now. If you look here at the right, knight f3, knight c3, h4, knight d2, bishop c3, c4, c3, they're all popular variation to play against this bishop to f5. But today what I'm going to cover is knight to d2, knight to e2. So it's actually really not a familiar opening to play as white, and that gives us the advantage that our opponent will be off book, because this is really not common. It's that been played 190 times on the top player versus 9,000 times with the knight to f3. So it starts with a bishop, knight to e2, and here he has to close the position. This is pretty much forced. If he doesn't close the position, you're just gonna attack this bishop. Bishop will have to go back, and you're just gonna push e6 yourself, and it will have this weird kind of a pawn structure that can never move this bishop out, and you're gonna be completely dominating. So here e6 is a force, and what I recommend here is to play knight to g2, just kicking out this bishop. And then again, here he has two moves. You can either move the bishop back, or move something like knight there, move something like knight there, or bishop there, but he kind of have to move the bishop back. Otherwise, you're just going to capture here, and this is going to be winning for white because you're just dominating the center, and this two pawn is not really that good. It cannot really hold up to the pawn. If you try something like pawn there to hold it up, you can always play something like bishop there in the future to prevent from castling. There's a lot of ID behind this, but it has to go back. Basically 98% of my game, he went bishop back, and that's the correct move to play. And here what I recommend is to play h4. And here you have basically two moves that I saw in the game. It's either, well, first thing first, you're just trying to play h5 and blocking this bishop here, forcing the bishop to go back and having this kind of the same position, which is winning for white. So it has to play this pawn. So either pawn to h6 or pawn to h5. The first one I'm going to cover is just pawn to h6. What I recommend here is just pushing the pawn to h5, forcing the bishop to move back to h7. And here there's a few moves possible, but my preferred is just forcing things up, is playing bishop to d3. And then again, he's kind of forced to take here. Otherwise, if you try something like bishop back, you can just exchange this bishop. This rook will be on h7, and anytime you'll just manage to target the rook with a tempo, or to target two pieces at the same time. So it really just not a good square for the rook on h7. So here he has to take, and you simply capture back with the queen. And if you pause this video here at this particular moment, you can see I'm one move to castle. This knight is out, this queen is controlling the middle. I'm dominating the pawn structure in the middle, and it does not have any single minor pieces out, and it's not really to castle. So just by pausing this and looking at this position, from my point of view, it's winning for white, because you just have more square and more possibly more tactic will come later on. So here one of the moves that can be played. There's a few moves that can be played. C5 is one of the moves, just trying to target the middle. What I recommend is simply playing c3. If he does keep pushing the queen, you're just gonna go queen back, and you are gonna be perfectly fine. And this structure will just be really amazing structure. If you try something like let's see, after c3, if you try something like bishop knight there, then you can bring this I like to bring this knight there, just to go knight there and ready to strike. You can never really exchange the knight, because that will just be winning a pawn, and pretty much all the game the idea will be to castle and just push this pawn to glory, and you'll be winning the game. And if you decide to somehow castle queenside, Then you can shift, you can castle anyway, you can shift both of the rook to A file or B file and just go with the pawn storm on the queen side. So without further ado, let's go jump to the second variation of this Bronstein variation, which is h5. So instead of h6 is go h5, and what I recommend here is playing bishop to d3 anyway, so forcing things up, and then again he has to take. We already know that if he does go back, this rook there, it's kind of an awkward rook ready to be target, and if he stayed there, then I'm just gonna capture. This pawn will just be weak, king side will be open, so we have to take. Then again I take with the queen, and there's a few moves possible here. This c5, then again I keep with this c3 id. Anytime you play c5, I go c3. There's one of the move is simply bishop there, targeting this h4, and I'm actually okay with this idea here. I'm gonna bring the knight here, just leaving this h4, and if he does capture, I can even just bring the knight here, forcing things up. And even though if it look weird, this pawn is the target. It can never be pushed because this queen is coming with check. This knight really have to jump here. Personally, I'm just gonna bring this bishop out. I'm gonna castle even king side. This rook will have the open file of the rook. So I'm gonna be, even though computer says it's equal position for both players, but look at this bishop, this beautiful bishop versus this knight, versus this awkward knight. Where'd the knight go? Knight there. Well, or knight there and knight back. There's not really any good square for the knight. If the knight goes there, you can even play something like a b3, and the knight will just be blocked from all the game. And this is one of the cool thing about this opening, is a lot of time black doesn't have a good move to play, doesn't have a good way to continue, and computer will say it's even, but black have to find this awkward move. A lot of time the awkward move is just simply like king to f8, and this is really weird. It's not like a common move to play if you're not a GM. So let's jump right to the live stream and see how I'm going to show you how powerful it is. Should I play for the win? 38 minutes left. Let's go. Let's berserk. Oh yes, d4. I'm hoping for this now. Bishop to f5. This is the first opening that I show. I like to show an opening at the beginning of the video. This is one of the opening that I have some pretty good success. Now pawn to e6 is the main line. Kind of have to play pawn to e6. And the reason I have this is this knight there. This knight there is the 10th more popular move, and there's not a lot of players that play this opening. But I feel like it's kind of counterplay this bishop right away, right off of the beginning. And a lot of time I off-book people just by playing the knight. So now we have to go bishop back, otherwise I kind of just mess up the structure, and that will be a winning structure. So bishop back. Now I'll play h4, so I have to play h6 or h5, otherwise I just force the exchange of the bishop. Bishop have to go back. Now I challenge the bishop, so bishop have to move all the way back, otherwise this rook will be awkward on h7. So all this for this position, which I find is better for white, because I just have more development. All right, let's go bishop here. I feel like knight there look cool. If he captures, simply castle. Let's gamble this. I'll allow this capture here. I want to castle and bring my rook there and put in pressure this way. I can even bring the rook right away and just recapture this. The advantage is it does not have any pieces here developed on the king side. It's not really to castle, and this knight is kind of a, if he does bring the knight, it's kind of a blocking this bishop. And this bishop, well, I guess you have one good square for the bishop, but I love this opening. Just give white more space, and it forces things out and put black out of their theory, out of their open book. So I'm giving up the pawn and just to castle next. Oh, attacking the queen. Attacking the queen. If I go like this, maybe a rook there. That could be dangerous. So maybe queen there with this idea of pushing the pawn. Queen there, rook there. Then I just castle. Yeah, let's try this. So rook there with this idea of going there. I'm just gonna ignore this. I'm gonna allow this. Just castling. This king is not castled, not close to be castled. So if I manage to exchange pieces and bring a rook on the back rank, then it will have to deal with a lot of trouble. So knight there and knight take could be an option, but that will just open up my rook on f7. So I'm actually okay to give up this bishop. But if you bring knight there, definitely gonna bring my rook here. And cannot even move the knight because of this rook in the back. I could even challenge this row right away. And the plan on this opening, on this, well, they have a weird name. Is the push variation, but the Bronstein variation, I believe that's called. The main plan is to play f4 and f5 in the future and just bust it open everything that black has. So definitely gonna push these in the future. But this is the open row. I kind of feel like taking advantage of it. Okay, so now we want to capture this. If I go like this, capture, capture, and capture here with the queen, then I can leave to check. I'll have to go king there. Maybe rook back. Maybe you want to bring a knight there. I feel like rook there is cool because after take, and something like knight there, I can bring this and attacking this knight and just double up here. So let's just go rook to a c1, taking control of this, forcing me to do something about it. If you go pawn there, can I just go pawn there? Try to go to be greedy, try to rook there. All right, let's take. I don't even care about this. Oh. Okay. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Pawn there, I feel like this trapping the knight. Knight has to go there and I play knight there. And knight has to go something awkward. Then I play a rook back. All right. Pawn there, forcing the knight to go. Let's go there. Where do you go with the knight? You have to go back. That's kind of feel awkward. Is it? Kind of. All right, knight back. Oh, that's good. Knight back, knight back, queen to c1. I'll have to repeat the knight, then not have the battery on this c file. The winning battery here with the check here, and the queen's coming with a checkmate. So the knight does not have any good square to go. So knight back is the only way to try to survive with the knight. But look at this, all the pieces. This is why I love this variation. Not close to be ready to castle. So I'm gonna play the tactic this game too. And I'm gonna go for the win. So knight there, look good. Bring the queen there, attacking the knight. The only square to survive again with the knight is to go knight back. Then I'm just gonna remove the queen to c2. And if you repeat the knight, then this is coming with a check. If he does capture, I'm happy to capture back with the queen. If he does go either square, then queen to c7 coming with a checkmate. So either you lost a knight or either I'm playing the checkmate. And for statistic purposes, I already played this guy. I don't want to blunder, I just want to double check. I already played this guy 3 times, and 3 times I dominated him. So let's go queen there. So now with the same kind of ID, but now I have this battery here on the c file. So don't have to worry about this. I believe this is a checkmate. And this is the checkmate. I kind of freeze for a second. So the knight was trapped. So I made a little maneuver, like a Zugzwang maneuver, to create a battery here to allow this beautiful checkmate. I find there's less cheater on leeches. Like, well, once in a while I get a refund because of the cheater, but I find like leeches pattern just spot the cheater right off the bat. All right, so bishop to f4. Now this is one of my variation that I play and that I like, that I put black into like a kind of a, I don't know, kind of a off book, I guess. I like to play a4, h5. 70% cheat on leeches. Well, I don't believe so. Chess icons more like 90. Well, I find if you, okay, so going for this pawn, can I just give up the pawn? Can I play pawn there? Pawn, take. Just capture this. I'm just gonna bring this knight there, putting pressure on this bishop, giving up the pawn. That open up my rook. I can actually capture back this. Look good with a check and attacking this rook. So let's just capture. So this is the kind of an opening that I like, just putting my opponent into uncomfortable position. And he thought I was winning a piece, but look at this position now. This check is coming with an attack on the rook. So the best move is to place to king to f8. It does not play king f8. Let's play check. But king f8 just looks strange. All right, capture. And let's just go back. Cannot even bring the knight there because I do cover this square on g6. I'm definitely going to bring my king up and bring my other rook there, and I'm going to dominate it, this king side. So my plan is to play bishop there, king up, rook to h1, and just go for this check here and try to crush this opening. All right, let's play bishop there. If he does play pawn there, then I'm just going to play a c3. And if he kick the queen, then I'm just going to go queen back. I actually feel like castling. Not even caring about him to capture here. Because look at this beautiful two rook connected going on h7. Cannot prevent this, even though if the queen is blocked. Let's look good. All right, queen back. Having a battery on this diagonal, so now a check here. If he does capture it, capturing back with the queen. My queen is joining the party. Also have this check ID. Look good. Check, capture, bishop captures. You have to move there. Then I can go check. All right, that look cool. Look really cool. Like this rook is not doing anything. This king is dancing around. And all my pieces are coming to work. So queen there will just be met by a check here. And sacrifice one of the rook. But after that, I'll just gobble up the queen. So the queen there. All right. So just making sure there's not really any threat. Can I checkmate my opponent? Can I? Should I? Let's see. Go check here. Have to take, obviously. I'll go check here. I'll have to play something like this. I kind of want to join in the picture with my queen. So maybe bishop here with this idea after take. If he does capture, bishop here. If you take, capture back like this, but I can go queen there and go with this check. Yeah, and I have to keep in mind, if black goes g5 and f6, g5 right away or oh later. Okay, I'm gonna take a look after the game. I'm curious. New man in chess, just tell me which move. Okay, let's see. Definitely want to put some pressure, but I feel like queen there with this idea of taking, capture. He does capture here, and I can play rook there, capture. Does go back. Maybe it's just safe to not allow the queen to go in. Yeah, I'm gonna try this weird move. Okay, now I need to find a winning pattern. I want to jump in with the queen. So maybe pawn there if he does push. Okay, take here. If he does push, then I can just recapture here with the bishop. So that is forced. He cannot push here and create the tension. Okay, now I can go check. If he does play, then I can go something like this. And if he push, I can capture here with check. If he go there, well, I have to play fast. Let's play fast. I can always just play b3 too if it doesn't work. Let's go check. Yeah, let's just play b3. All right. Giving my time to think. Move h8 is good too. Just putting pressure on everything and winning another piece. Queen take here is good too. All right, let's play this. Now the idea is just to capture. There's no check possible on the board. I have to watch out. If the queen comes to b2, that will be drastic. But now after take, you have to take back. Then I'll just bring all my pieces in. There we go. The rook is in. The queen is in. Let's see. I can take the queen and end up the game. Yeah, let's just do this. That's completely winning. All right, so let's just grab this beautiful pawn on f. It does not have anything left to do. Let's go check. I'm gonna bring this pawn up. Just make sure not to do a draw and I'll be good. All right, go there. I'll go check. I'll just go back. I'll create a wall with the pawn and that will be checkmate. All right, so let's just go there. We go there. This is the maiden one. Decide to resign at the really last moment. There you go, guys. You have the proof. Either h5 or h6 are pretty good for a white player. And to be honest, I win like 85% of the time with white, and 15% of the time that I lose is either because I'm getting in time trouble or I blunder during the game. So there's no like bad way to play as white, and this is what I really like. And you can beat all sort of player. I beat some 2300 player online with this opening, and it's really strong. So I hope you like it. I hope you try it, and let me know in the comment if you have some success like me with this opening. So if you don't know me, I play under the name Chess Masterclass. I Twitch twice times a week on Lichess. You can find me on Twitch with Chess Masterclass or on Lichess. I'll see you guys. Thank you for watching.